Well, I finished accepting my mission to review all the Mission Impossible films. I didn't think I was going to see this one, but it looks like I did. As I just saw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 now playing in theaters. But is this first installment of this special two-part event another intense thrill ride of a mission for Tom Cruise's character of Ethan Hunt? Or is this just one mission that's going to be way too impossible for even Agent Hunt to tackle? Watch this spoiler-free review and find out. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the just now released spy action flick Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, released by Paramount along with Skydance and TC Productions, that'd be Tom Cruise Productions. Directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who recently did the previous two installments from a screenplay co-wrote with Eric Jennerson. This is the 7th installment of the Mission Impossible series, featuring Tom Cruise once again playing Ethan Hunt, along with returning cast members Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, Rebecca Ferguson, Vanessa Kirby, and a few others, plus Hayley Atwell, Esai Morales, Pom Klementieff, and Henry Czerny. Anyway, this is also the first film in the series since the second film not to involve J.J. Abrams in any capacity, and also not to be produced by Bad Robot since the third film. Anyway, this one's just going to be a big one, but I'm getting too ahead of myself. Before I get started on my thoughts, if you haven't seen my reviews for the other 6 films in the Mission Impossible series, click on that card, and it'll take you to the playlist, so that way you can catch what you might have missed or see them again. I can see to it, Mission Impossible 2 is still doing pretty well in the views, with my review of Rogue Nation not too far behind. Anyway, now I'll do just a little bit of this story, but I won't spoil a whole lot because this is spoiler free. Anyway, Ethan Hunt is back, and his IMF team match wits with a powerful rogue AI, artificial intelligence, known as the Entity. Now, Hunt's new mission is to retrieve half of a key from his ally, Ilsa Faust, on whom IMF has placed a bounty on. Well, and apparently, Hunt's about to start a big mission, believing that this AI called the Entity is too great of a threat to humanity. He decides to destroy it, joined by his 2 allies, Benji Dunn and Luther Stickle. They do what they can. But along the way, he meets Grace. Ethan does, and becomes a new ally. And also have a run-in with Alana Mitsopoulos, aka the White Widow. But anyway, that's all I'm going to tell you and what have you. No more of this here plot. I'm just giving you a tiny bit of it, but not, a tiny little bit of it, but not a whole lot, though. So anyway, what are my thoughts on this film? I will say that I gotta give this film credit for what it had to offer. This was just a blast, and what have you. Now, sure, it might not come close to my liking for maybe the last film, which was Mission Impossible Fallout, but it proves to come close behind. So I would put this in between Fallout and Rogue Nation. But anyway. Now, so far, critics have been enjoying this just like the last film. The film's currently at 96%, though it was formerly the highest ranked, but it lost its grip a little bit, so now it's the second highest reviewed film in the franchise on Rotten Tomatoes, behind Fallout. Anyway, according to what the tomato meter says, they say with world-threatening stakes and epic set pieces to match that massive title, this film proves this is still a franchise you should choose to accept. Also, here's one more review. The Guardian, applauded Cruise for his acting and praising the film for its join-the-dots plot and thrilling action. Deadline Hollywood, along with IGN, found that the film represents Hollywood action filmmaking at its peak, and that if every tentpole franchise entry were this fun and finely tuned, the theatrical versus streaming debate would be immediately put to rest. I am going to say yes, I agree. I think the story was pretty good and what have you. Again, McQuarrie does a great job with with co-writing the script, aside from his direction, what have you. Now, of course, aside from Tom Cruise, who's still as good as before as Ethan Hunt, plus Luther Stickle, once again played by Ving Rhames, and Benji Dunn is once again played by Simon Pegg, so they're still pretty good too. Rebecca Ferguson returns as Ilsa Faust, and Vanessa Kirby returns as Mitsopoulos, aka White Widow. Now, Henry Czerny returns as Eugene Kittredge, who hadn't been seen since the first Mission Impossible film. I almost forgot about that. Now, as for other new members to this, Hayley Atwell, who most of you knew her as Agent Carter from Captain America, the First Avenger, and the Agent Carter TV series, plays Grace. I must say she's very, very good. And let's see here. Esai Morales as Gabriel, one of the main antagonist, a powerful terrorist, and Ethan's adversary aiming to use the entity. Which that's really incredible. And Pom Klementieff plays a French assassin who works for Gabriel named Paris. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, that if you remember the second and third Guardians of the Galaxy films, she was Mantis. Yep, you better believe it. So, anyway, I think the cast is really good. They once again have Lauren Balfe on board to do the score for the film, just like before. And I've just got to say, very, very good. Now, so that was awesome. Now, as for the action sequences, this had good long-run, intense sequences that I could even imagine seeing. But I'm not going to tell you about any of those. Well, except for maybe the motorcycle scene, which you've seen in the trailers, though. So you probably already know about that one. That was really, really intense. Definitely. But there's lots of other action-packed sequences, pacing, stunts, and, you get the point. So anyway, I think Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 was just awesome. Anyway, and while it is the longest Mission Impossible film yet, with 163 minutes, which that's over 2.5 hours, I will still give this film credit for what it had to offer. Well, but I'll just have to wait Well, another year, well, almost less than a year for the next one, Dead Reckoning Part 2, which has been confirmed to come out on June 28th of next year in 2024. So let's hope for the best we'll get this. But anyway, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 was awesome. It was action-packed. It's got great direction. Once again, by Christopher McQuarrie. Great story by him and Eric Jenderson. Great cast. And great characters, old and new. And another great score from Lauren Bacall. I'm going to say this is a great film. So for my score, oh yeah, and yes, I would definitely say hell yeah, I'm recommending to go see that. So for my score, I'm going to give Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 5 stars, which of course means on a scale of 1 to 10, it gets a 10. So what did you think of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1? Let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of Free Willy, which is celebrating its anniversary. Its 30th, to be exact. So, if you like this video, you may want to check out some of these other recent spoiler-free reviews that I've done for big films. In the upper left-hand corner is my spoiler-free review of a film that one of the films I was just talking about. It has Pom Klementieff in. Yeah, Pom Klementieff in. Of course, that was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which was definitely awesome. Or go to the upper right-hand corner and see my spoiler-free review for a recent hit for Paramount, and that was Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Or if you'd like maybe, I don't know, something else that had some pretty action-packed thrills, but maybe twists and turns, and I don't know, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my spoiler-free review of Fast X, the most recent installment of the Fast and the Furious franchise. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.